Alrighty, changing gears a bit, waiting on parts for this thing. Unfortunately, Chris's truck, we're going to go to plan B on how to mount the brakes. So, finally on the Monte Carlo, get this baby done and out of here. So what are we doing in the Monte Carlo? Going to do a frame notch on the back. What it does, it takes the face of the frame, you cut the face out, and you replate it, and it gives you room for. So, that's what we're doing on this. He did buy a kit. So hopefully it won't be too bad. Never done one of these. Uncharted territory again, which sometimes is fun and sometimes it's got a little regret. So hopefully we don't have any of the regret part of it. But get this thing in the air, get some wheels off of it. Let's dive into it. All right, let me give you the kind of the short of it here. Show you what we got going on. Okay, here's one of the plates, and it comes with 2 of these, and all these do is you bridge the gap once you cut this, because it's going to be set back the whole width of this in here. So you cut back to that weld, so it'll kind of sort of be just inside the actual wheel tub. So, and if you want to run anything bigger, you'll have to put wheel tubs in one. But this helps, and I think a lot of people pretty much just take a hammer to this. Far as, you know, grudge cars, drag cars, stuff like that. But I will not be taking a hammer to this one. If Josh wants to hammer on it, he can hammer on it himself. Some of this I may have to, you know, I may have to take the dead blow and knock it back a little bit just so I can get in there pretty good. And then I have seen where some people have trimmed this, which I will try not to do. But if we have to get in there, then I mean, it's really, that lip is only, it's not real big, so trimming this off wouldn't be a problem, and I could probably just go back and tack it, or I've got some seam sealer I can just wipe on it. But that's pretty much what everybody does. Just so what I'll probably do is, I don't necessarily know if I can get my plasma cutter in there, but what I could do is I could cut the face out of it and then come back with the Ziz wheel from the inside, and I could follow that seam down pretty close. You know, I don't think it goes much further back in there, since, yeah, just past that hole is about all you'll do. I mean, it goes back in there just a tad bit more, but, and then I'll take a marker and I'll mark that, but I'll stay to the left of it just to give me some meat to work with. And the same way with over here, I'll mark that vertical line right there, and we will start trimming. So let me drag out some tools and let's get to cutting.
Competition Products, your source for hardcore engine parts for street, strip, and oval track. Our free catalog is packed with hundreds of product lines from the best-known manufacturers in the performance industry. Lowest prices guaranteed. Free shipping and handling on all orders over $149 in the continental U.S. Need expert advice? Our knowledgeable staff is just a phone call away. Competition Product, race parts sold by racers since 1970.
All right, sorry about the air leak over there. I think my plasma cutter's overdue for a new fitting. Mark the front edge, and then I'm just going to come over here and get me an idea on this back edge. Actually, I'm just going to that laser straight line I just laid there. And I'll stay off of both of these just so I can have some, you know, wiggle room. Now, as far as the plasma across the bottom, I could get to it pretty good, but more than likely I'll just cut this face out for the time being. Remember, kids, wear your safety equipment, proper PPE. Have a fire extinguisher ready, or the water hose. or both, or 911 on hand, something. Oh, a little drunk there, don't worry. Trying to do this and still have light. Oh, this car's got too nice of paint to be sticking it to the side of the car. I'm not used to that around here. I'm gonna sneak up on this back side here. Now this wheel has got some age on it, so it's a little easier to work with. All right, so I just kind of like let it ride. Didn't sink the blade in there real deep. Just kind of let it just glide along. Hopefully I can continue that on out like so. All right, I'll change them. Got this kind of, took the angle grinder in there. I think I'm gonna go with the 4-inch or the Ziz wheel for the rest of this and square this off, because this has to be squared off. I got kind of curious about that and watched a couple YouTube videos. There's about 50 ways people do this. Some people actually cut the face and then use the original face as the new plate. So that's one way of doing it, I guess. I seen where a guy cut a piece and stuck in here and kind of boxed this back off and then welded it all in and then put the plate in and then put his angle pieces on. However the heck these go in there, I believe they go something like that. They follow that. I don't know. Just metal. Figure it out, right? Grab the small Ziz wheel and we'll at least get to the point where this side is fitted in. And I'd like to go ahead and just finish this side up this evening. That'd be nice. So let me grab some tools. All right, it probably would help if I actually turned the camera on and videoed this. Although, I mean, basically all I'm doing is gently cutting this out with this guy here because it's a little bit more manageable. All right, took a little stop again there, but sort of kind of got this thing fit up. Now I want the top to fit. I'm gonna focus more on the top fitting than the bottom, because I can always come back and grind anything long or ziz wheel, whatnot. But more focus on the top and getting it more lined up than the bottom. All right, well, I was only going to come down here for a few minutes and get this thing fitted. And basically, it's all I've been doing is just kind of grinding and making this thing fit. Now, there's several ways I've seen where they laid it on the frame rail, on the lips of the rail, and like welded across the top and the bottom. Well, I didn't really like that because I couldn't get back in here once it got up in there, right? So I couldn't get in there with the MIG gun. It was going to be tight in here. So I took the time to fit this inside the rail. So here's my, basically that Sharpie mark is all that I trimmed. Like a couple hours for fitting this stuff, and I got the gap a little big here. Not a big deal. It's kind of big here, but I took the hammer and kind of bumped it back in there, so it's, I mean, it's very weldable. And then I did a little looking into these things, right? And I finally found some directions, which I'll post now. And it showed them bent in the corner. Well, I couldn't really figure out, you know, like the best way to I couldn't really figure out the best way to bend it. So I made me a cardboard template, and if I bend it, you know, about a 3/4 of an inch in as my leg, then I believe it'll fit like that. I mean, it's kind of a crude way to look at it because that's in the way, and I'm doing this one-handed, but I think that's the route I'm going to go. There was no way I was just going to blindly try to make an attempt to bend in this thing, because, well, I knew exactly where that was going, scrap being. So I'm going to take my time here and build this guy up. I've said it once, I've said it every time probably. I'm not a welder. I'm just a guy that has a welder, so keep that in mind. No fabricator. I'm gonna stick it to the quarter panel here, and let's get this thing welded in, because it's pushing 9 o'clock and I've had the diesel heater running back there. That's why I didn't have the camera going, and it's gonna get cold real quick here in a second, so let's get some welding done. Alrighty, I got this thing kind of slicked in there. I don't really like it, but I believe it'll be all right. Let's see, got these pieces here trimmed out of what they sent. My original plan I did not use. So I'm gonna take this guy, and it's gonna go in there like so. And then this thing, I keep forgetting how I'm putting it in there every time I hold it up there. I believe it's going to go in there or something like that. I think that's how I decided to do it. But it's going to set back in there, and I can weld that corner up. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. And then before I weld these in here, I'm going to trace these out. Pretty sure I traced out one already, but I'm going to make sure I trace them both out on these pieces. That way I'm not reinventing the wheel and having to do the same junk on the other side. All this grinding and fitting and such, but I'm gonna get this welded up. fall off. All right, let's go to this side. A flat spot in there. Get in the top here. Alrighty, well, that's about as far as I'm going to do anything. I'll probably clean it up a little bit, make it match. But on to the next side, and pretty much just is a reverse of everything I've done here. Hopefully, because sometimes GM frame rails do not match one another, so we will proceed with caution over there, and I'll show you how it looks when I'm done. Alrighty, got the old Monte Carlo finished up here. It's going to come back for some other stuff, but for right now, threw a fresh coat of please don't rust on there. Had to spray it down with brake cleaner because everything's sweaty down here today. I guess the humidity or something is crazy, but yep, one frame notch complete. One is enough. One of those is enough for me. So yeah, not fun, but now that I know what to do, it ain't too bad. Like, this passenger side went a lot quicker than the driver's side, and I was much more aggressive with my notching as far as putting like a good chamfer on the plate and the frame rails to weld back into, to have like a more of a channel or a V or whatever. But put the wheels on this thing, get it on the ground, and it's ready to leave. So thanks for watching Left 4 Dead Garage. We'll see you later.